One wrong move inside the Philippine mint destroys thousands of coins in seconds. Here's how they're made without failing. Let me take you inside. Picture a vast blanking hall where massive coils of metal arrive in sealed containers. Philippine coins are made from different materials depending on their denomination. Some are nickel-plated steel, others are bronze-plated steel, and the 20 Piso coin is special because it uses both. A bright nickel-plated steel center inside a warm bronze-plated steel ring. These coils are fed into powerful blanking presses called blankers. A punch-and-D mechanism stamps out perfect circular discs from each metal strip. One machine cuts the inner cores for bimetallic coins, while another cuts outer rings. For smaller denominations, a single metal disc is punched out in one go. Imagine steam rising from a cooling section as planches move slowly along a conveyor belt. This heat removes internal stresses and makes the metal ductile, ready to accept the enormous pressure of coining. A technician pulls out sample planches, and under a close-up view, you see smooth, flawless discs, silver-colored or bronze-colored, depending on the denomination, now softened and purified for the next stage. For bimetallic coins, like the 20 Piso, the two metals must become one. At the assembly station, robotic inserters pick each nickel-plated inner planche and press it into the waiting bronze-plated outer ring. The alignment is precise, no gaps, no loose fits. Then all planches, whether bimetallic or single metal, move to the upsetting machine. Here, they spin rapidly between rollers that raise a tiny ridge of metal around the entire edge. That's the upset rim. It might sound minor, but that rim will protect the coin's design during years of circulation and also creates the foundation for edge inscriptions. After upsetting, the planches go through a multi-stage cleaning line, chemical baths, scrubbers, high-velocity dryers to remove every trace of lubricant, oxide, or debris. As beast technicians explain, at this stage the planches carry no design yet, but their metal composition alone is already a first line of defense against counterfeiting. Now we arrive at the most dramatic part of the journey, the coining hall. This is where blank planches become real coins with faces and symbols. Deeply engraved dies, one for the obverse, one for the reverse, are mounted into high-speed mechanical presses. Every Philippine coin carries unique designs. The obverse typically features the country's official seal or a portrait of a national hero, the denomination in both numeral and bayan script, and microprinted text reading Republika ng Pilipinas. The reverse shows iconic national symbols. For different denominations, you might see the BSP logo, the Malacanang Palace, the Nilad plant, a Philippine eagle, a bangus, or other heritage elements. Every groove on those dies is engraved with laser precision in hardened steel. The cleaned, annealed, dried planche enters the coining press collar. It's completely blank, no design, no denomination, no microprint. Then, in a fraction of a second, enormous pressure slams the two dies together onto the planche. The metal flows instantly into every engraved groove of both dies simultaneously. If you could watch this in ultra slow motion, you would see the raised portrait or seal emerge, the bayan characters appear, the microprint form, and the reverse design rise up, all in a single high-pressure strike. The coin separates from the dies, and as a white-gloved inspector runs a fingertip across the freshly struck surface, the raised design is clearly felt. That tactile quality is one of the hallmarks of Philippine coins. But some coins are not finished yet. Many denominations, especially the higher ones, need an edge inscription. A specialized rotating collar apparatus imprints security text around the plain edge. For example, the 20 Piso coin receives BSP 6 times at equally spaced angles. Other denominations may have different edge markings. When you roll a freshly minted coin between your fingers, you can feel those letters, a security feature that also helps blind and visually impaired users identify genuine currency by touch alone. Now every coin enters a gauntlet of final security verifications. High-resolution optical scanners check each coin's microprint. That tiny text, readable only under at least 10 power magnification, must be perfectly formed. Scanners also verify microdots, precise patterns embedded in the design that are nearly impossible for counterfeiters to duplicate with traditional methods. The same sensors confirm that for bimetallic coins, the inner core remains perfectly seated inside the outer ring, with no gaps or misalignment. For single-liminal coins, the sensors check for surface uniformity. Edge lettering systems verify that all security inscriptions are correctly positioned and clearly legible. After that comes the comprehensive automated inspection machine. This multi-sensor system verifies die alignment, making sure the obverse and reverse designs are correctly oriented, not rotated 180 degrees. It reads the microprint, confirms the microdot patterns, weighs each coin to ensure it matches the exact specification for its denomination, and measures diameter and thickness. For the 1 Piso coin, that's a specific weight and size. For the 5 Piso, another. For the 10 and 20, still others. If any coin fails even one parameter, a pneumatic diverter instantly fires, separating the defective coin from the production stream. Only perfect coins continue. Now that every security feature has been verified, the coins move to counting. High-speed machines process thousands of coins per minute, separating them by denomination and building batch documentation in real time. A technician removes sample batches for manual verification, checking diameter, thickness, edge inscription completeness, and overall appearance. Once confirmed, automatic bagging machines seal the coins into tamper-evident currency bags, each bag clearly marked with the BISP seal, the denomination, a serialized batch code, and the mint year. From there, the sealed bags enter the BISP vault, a high-security storage area where they are organized by denomination, mint date, and production batch. Each bag also bears the mint mark pi for the security plant complex in Quezon City. Then comes the moment of official transfer. BISP currency officers verify the bag seals together with mint staff, and joint custody is recorded in the central bank's currency production ledger. The coins are no longer the mint's responsibility. They now belong to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Armored convoys depart the security plant complex, carrying sealed bags of mixed denominations to BISP regional branches nationwide. In Davao, the Mindanao branch receives its allocation of 1 peso, 5 peso, 10 peso, and 20 peso coins. In Cebu, the Visayas regional facility organizes the coins by batch for distribution to commercial banks. And finally, bank tellers across the country open sealed bags of fresh coins, each denomination ready for over-the-counter issuance to the public.